Vice President, she was just, her joy was evident. The joy was evident, absolutely. This is...
Immediately after the elections, when she spoke to the gathering, to thank the people that, for voting for them. Remember that she wasn't well. She was wearing a mask. So this is the first time we are seeing her outside of that event. And she's looking very well.
The
very
point
healthy.
About the ceiling thing we were talking about earlier, and get to talk on her ladyship will understand that, because once Georgina Wood came in, we had to fire Kufu. Then Nina came in between, then she also came in. And so that kind of gives the idea that she's taking a seat for the very first time.
And if I'm not mistaken, you could also tell from the Chief Justice's voice when she was saying, congratulations, Madam Vice President.
That is the point of the joy.
Absolutely, she seemed to have been proud, for the fact that, this is our very first female Vice President.
Absolutely, and history has been made.
And look at how gorgeous, majestic she looks in that seat. Oh, goodness, it's so beautiful. The very first female Vice President.
Absolutely. Your Excellency, you may now proceed to do so.
Your Excellency, kindly say after me, this is the oath of allegiance. Your name?
John Dramani Mahama.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance.
And allegiance.
To the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
As by law established.
As by law established.
That I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
The sovereignty.
The sovereignty.
And integrity.
And integrity.
Of Ghana.
Of Ghana.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect.
Protect.
And defend.
And defend.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Your Excellency, now the presidential oath.
I, John Dramani Mahama,
having been elected
to
the high office of President of the Republic of Ghana, do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will be faithful.
That I will be faithful.
And true.
And true.
To the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
That I will at all times.
That I will at all times.
Preserve. Protect. And defend. The Constitution. Of the Republic of Ghana. And that I dedicate myself.
To
the service. And well-being.
Of
the people.
Of the
Republic of Ghana. And to do right. To all manner of persons. I I
I further
solemnly swear
that should I
at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself
to
the laws of the Republic of Ghana and suffer the penalty for it. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. Let me be the first.
What is happening now is that he is signing the oath book. That is what is happening now. In the earlier moments, we saw the president-elect take the oath and subscribe to the oath of allegiance and presidential oath. Then he will sign the oath book, which he's doing now. Once he is done, the national anthem will take place, and there will be a 21-gun salute to herald John Dramani Mahama taking over officially as President of the Republic of Ghana.
Also, the Right Honorable Speaker will then invite the President to deliver his inaugural address. So that is the address that Kemini earlier you mentioned is going to speak to the Ghanaian people and in fact the entire world as President of the Republic of Ghana for the second time.
Indeed.
And that is the first in our history as a people. And a lot of talk already has started about his outfit today. In fact, if you look down into history, the late Jerry John Rawlings was sworn in. On that day he was sworn in, he had kente with the white inner. And then also he repeated the same attire in 1996. In 2000, John Ejekum Kufuor, when he was being sworn in, also had kente, but without any inner. You know, because you know the Evers wear the white inner, but the Ashantis do not wear anything. They show you their muscle and how tough they are. So John Ejekum Kufuor had kente without an inner. Fast forward to the late John Evans Mills, he had kente as well, but with an inner, because the Fantis also dress the same way. Then John Dramani Mahama, in fact, his first stint, this is not how he dressed.
No.
Right? And that's the point that you were making earlier. So fast forward to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he had kente on with no inner. He also showed out how muscular he was at the time in 2016. Then in 2024, we had this one as well. And that's what you're saying right now with the President, John Dramani Mahama, now.
Today he's doing the one hand.
With one hand.
Yeah, he's wielding the state sword. I mean,
and it's very important. And it's symbolic as well.
It's the symbol of presidential authority.
That is the symbol of authority of the President of the Republic of Ghana. Now he's held it with double hands, and also that has a meaning. If you recall, this became a talking point in 2016 when he held it with just one hand. In fact, the state sword, as we would call it, the
Omana Akumfua.
Yes. Symbol of presidential authority, first held by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah when he swore the oath of office on the 1st of July 1960. Blake, what do we know about this?
It's made of solid gold. The design is based on that of the double-bladed Afenanta, a traditional symbol of interstate peace. And that is what we saw him holding for the very first time in terms of it being sworn in again.
So the president is actually exchanging pleasantries with the very core individuals he'll be working with closely. So first, his wife, Lordina Mahama, and then also the chief of staff, whom he shook hands with, and the deputy as well. So he's moving towards he just crossed the maze of parliament. Ordinarily, maybe everybody bows before the maze of parliament, but he's just walked past it.
Martin, I can tell you where he's heading. He's heading to the seat of state.
Yes, he's going to sit on the seat of state by the Speaker of Parliament. So there he is. Again, you can see exchanging pleasantries with the Speaker of Parliament, his Vice President, Professor Jane, and the Chief Justice. Now, he's about to sit for the second time on the seat of authority, more or less, you can call it that way, which is the presidential seat. So,
indeed,
just to tell you
and you know, gentlemen,
we've gone full circle now.
Just drawing my attention to the fact that it is only John Dramani Mahama who's been sworn in 3 times. When Professor Mills died in 2012 and today. So the history is a lot going on here. The record he's setting is a lot going on here today, right?
And it's interesting. If you read his book, My First Coup d'etat, he makes the point about how a lot of the events that took place in his life were not within his control. He always makes the point that at every turn when he doesn't seem to know what lies next or what he intends to do next, something happens within fate that turns his life around. And he makes reference to how that very first coup d'etat changed his life, not just of himself, his entire family. Again, he makes the point about how at various points when he didn't even intend to know what he wants to do next, he ended up in politics, which was not his initial intention. We also know for a fact that the moments when he thought of exiting politics as well, he was asked to be vice president, and when he even thought he was still done and he didn't want to be part anymore, we saw what happened again. He becomes president, and we see him staying away for 8 years and coming back.
A true nation builder, committed to forging a brighter future for all Ghanaians. John Mahama embodies the pillars of leadership that our nation craves: trustworthiness, reliability, modesty, and above all, truthfulness. From the moment he stepped into the political arena, John Mahama has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to the people of Ghana. His approachable demeanor, paired with his genuine concern for the needs of the Ghanaian, has earned him their trust. A trust that is pivotal for any leader aiming to guide a nation through challenging times.
What I really like about JDM is his humility. The man is simply so down to earth, it's unbelievable. He's so humble, it's unbelievable. I really like that about him.
John Mahama osronyame, odonyame, osronyame, openi pasem, okita kumapa. Mihuna se mihumi ni abema. Oyobi nso a onyiye nipam. We are akwala o, we are openi o, we are pepeni o, we are twini o, we are bebi a tribe bia o fibia John Mahama tawase. On kase we nye twini, we nye we.
Honorable members, President Mahama is practical. He communicates his issues very, very well. And he understands the Ghanaian politics very well. He understands the Ghanaian people very well. And that is what I like about him.
The brand, John Dramani Mahama, is not just a name. It represents resilience, strength, progress, and empathy.
I believe John Dramani Mahama is loved by many. His personality.
And now, on your behalf, invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, to deliver his inaugural address. Your Excellency, you may now proceed to do so.
Hold it. The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Members of Parliament, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Your Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Ghana, and special guest of honor for this occasion, Your Excellencies, Presidents, Heads of Government and Development Agencies, Your Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and former Presidents, Your Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters. I wish you a good morning, and we give thanks to the Almighty God on this occasion. Our Father who art in heaven, we thank you for giving us this day, a day that offers me, your humble servant, a unique opportunity to work to reset our dear country, Ghana. 32 years ago, on January 7th, Ghana made its first and most successful democratic transition, a reset, with the swearing in of the newly democratically elected President, Jerry John Rawlings, of blessed memory. Our nation was returned to a multi-party democracy with a new constitution that went into effect, and the Fourth Republic was officially established. I refer to it as a reset because on that day in 1993, we made our fourth attempt at establishing a democratic system of government with term limits based on free, fair, and transparent elections. The handover of power on January 7, 2001, between former President Jerry John Rawlings and at the time the newly elected President John Agyekum Kufuor, tested that reset, and our nation passed with flying colors. So today, with my induction as the new President of the Republic of Ghana, history is being made once again. And it is a history worth repeating every 4 years with each newly elected president. Today, we're also making a different kind of history, one that speaks to our maturity as a democracy, a nation of citizens enfranchised with the authority at the polls to determine their political future. Today's exercise between the outgoing President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and I feels a bit like a deja vu. That is because 8 years ago to this day, on January 7, 2017, we shared this same space and performed this same transitional exercise. At the time, I was the outgoing president, having served one term, and he was the incoming president, having been given a mandate by the people of Ghana to lead this great nation of us. He and I both understood on that day, as I'm sure we are today, that it is the people of Ghana that we are elected to serve. Somehow, it seems fitting that it is with Nana Akufo-Addo that I twice shared this stage and this unique historical distinction, because Nana Akufo-Addo and I began our national political careers in Parliament in the same year, 1996. He has always greeted me with warmth, a firm handshake, and a smile, and he is perhaps the only person in my life who has persistently chosen to call me Johnny. While we belong to opposing political parties, we shared a sense of mutual respect. In those early days, we probably could not have imagined that destiny would bring us to the leadership of our respective parties, and that we would have to face off 3 separate times as we each vied for the highest office of the land. Nana asked this to be our final meeting under these circumstances. And as I look back on the journey we have traveled together, 2 much younger men who entered Parliament together with a full head of black hair, and you with the same bald head and round eyeglasses, I have to say that you have, without exception, been a worthy opponent. I extend my warmest wishes to His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. It was a grueling campaign, and we gave it our all. Your sportsmanship in making an early concession eased tensions and contributed to the early conclusion of the electoral contest. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. My brothers and sisters, the world in which Ghana exists today, as I begin this presidency, is not the same world in which we have lived under other presidencies. There are tensions and conflicts that have not previously existed between nations. These tensions and conflicts place pressure on alliances to decide where we will support. There's a seismic shift happening within the system of global economic dominance. Whereas the G7 nations, United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan once provided the highest percentage of the world's GDP, over the last decade, that number has been steadily dropping. However, the combined total of the GDP of the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE, their GDP has been consistently increasing. In 2023, for instance, the G7's combined total of world GDP was 30%. But by 2029, that number is predicted to drop to 27%. In 2023, the BRICS percentage of world GDP was 37.3%. And so what does this mean to us in Ghana? What could it mean to our economy? Where do we fit in this geopolitical maelstrom? Technology such as artificial intelligence has taken us to new heights, opening up the potential for national, financial, and personal security issues that we are not yet able to imagine. One example is the use of misinformation and algorithm manipulations on social media platforms to sway a particular group's sentiments towards or away from something. Now more than ever before, we need to strengthen our ties with our neighbors to ensure that we're working together to keep our sub-region safe. We stand in solidarity and work in alliance with all our neighbors in the sub-region. Recognizing the history of our borders, we also acknowledge that on the other side of our country's borders are our family members. They may be Ivorians, they may be Togolese, they may be Burkinabes, they may be Nigerians or Malians, but they are also Akans, they are Kassinas, they are Gwans, they are Ewes, they are Nzemes, they are Hausas, they are Moshis and Gurmes, because we are all part of one another, one big family. With the increase of the climate crisis, and as the waters grow warmer, melting the Arctic ice and permafrost, there's a greater likelihood for viruses that have been frozen and thought to be extinct for decades, perhaps even centuries, to begin to spread and create another global pandemic. The changing climate conditions, increased population density in urban areas, and mass international travel are enabling existing viruses to spread and mutate at a faster and faster rate than they did before. This is a serious challenge. Let us not forget the toll that the past epidemics of viruses like Ebola, COVID, and Mpox have taken on the families and communities and medical infrastructure in several of our neighboring countries and in the sub-region. Let us also not forget how swiftly and completely the COVID pandemic brought the entire world to a screeching halt. My government will be working diligently to strengthen our public health systems while monitoring the global health situation so that when, and not if, but when the next pandemic or epidemic occurs, the loss of lives in Ghana will be minimal. The larger world exists around us and to some extent within us. While we cannot and should never use it as an excuse to stray from the direct and immediate needs of Ghana for the well-being of our citizens, we must also bear in mind that the affairs of the world, if we care to shape, lessen, avoid, or even at the other end of things, maximize the effect they have on us. My brothers and sisters, barely a month ago, we held historic elections that have caused dramatic shifts in our political landscape. I feel greatly honored that you, my compatriots, considered me worthy of receiving such an unprecedented and overwhelming mandate to steer the affairs of our beloved nation at this critical time in our history. The magnitude of this victory in the presidential elections and the gains that were made by my party, the National Democratic Congress, in the parliamentary elections naturally and justifiably resulted in great joy and celebration across our country, Ghana. But celebrations, no matter how justified and how well earned, must be supplanted by discernment, sobriety, and deeper insights into why we received this kind of mandate in the first place. By voting as you did on December 7th, the Ghanaian people conveyed a powerful message, yet often overlooked by us politicians. This message was powerfully emphasized by a giant of American political history, President Ronald Reagan, when he declared at his inauguration some 40 years ago that governments have no power except that granted by the people. While Ghanaians take great pride in our thriving democracy, they are deeply dissatisfied with the quality of governance over the years and have openly voiced that dissatisfaction through the decisive actions that they undertake at the elections. Our people also understand that democracy is not just a token adorned with periodic elections followed by pomp and pageantry with the establishment of a new government. They expect that if democracy is celebrated as a superior means of governance, then its outcomes must be more tangible and benefit them in their individual lives. Any honest introspection and reflection on the pulse of our nation would reveal that many within our population do not feel that they have benefited from or partaking in this democratic dividend. Were people buffeted by severe economic crisis and hardships, and in the last few years we have lurched from crisis to crisis. But there is hope on the horizon. Today should mark the beginning of a new opportunity, an opportunity for us to make a difference in our governance and our economic management. We shall reset our dear nation, Ghana. To the millions of my fellow countrymen and women who joined long queues and waited in the sun for their turn to vote for me, you have my sincerest thanks for honoring me. My firm, immutable assurance is that your vote will matter in the work that I'll do to make a difference in the destiny of this dear nation of ours. Your courage to bring change will not go in vain. Our nation was born with much promise. That promise would seem hazy and in doubt now because of all that has happened in the past. But I urge you, my fellow countrymen, not to be sucked into a state of perpetual pessimism. For some time, our country has urgently needed leadership with an unwavering desire to get things done. I with all humility assent that I intend to be that leader with your cooperation and your help. As your next leader, I shall strive to exercise sound judgment and be able to make the right calls at the right time. I will have the humility and presence of mind to take responsibility for any challenges and be willing to act firmly and timelessly to resolve the challenges that we face as a nation. Since the elections, I have read and heard the word hope used many times in relation to my presidency and what it should offer the citizens of Ghana. I intend to speak plainly and clearly to you today, and every time I address you subsequently, I intend to always tell you the truth. The circumstances we find ourselves in are indeed dire, but even so, I'll be decisive and swift in my actions. We'll focus our initial efforts on 4 critical areas. The first is economic restoration and stabilization of the macroeconomic environment. The second is the improvement of the business and investment environment to ensure that Ghana is once again open for business. The third is governance and constitutional reforms. And the final, but not the least, is accountability and the fight against corruption. My brothers and sisters, actions have always spoken louder than words. With that in mind, I have entered into a covenant with you, the good people of Ghana, in which I have enumerated 26 actions that I'll take within my first 120 days. There is reason for hope, and there is every reason for hope. But we must also have faith, because faith empowers us to trust the things that will happen. With faith, you believe what you know, and that is why we need faith to be able to achieve our reset. We need a reset with the faith we have in our country and our leadership. We need a reset with the faith we have in our institutions. We need a reset with our faith in our dear nation, Ghana. And by that, I mean in all of us, because all of us are Ghana. You are Ghana, and I am Ghana. All of you seated here today, Ghanaian citizens, you are Ghana. The people who you are with or near you as you watch this on television, in your homes, or listen on radio, or follow on social media are what we call Ghana. I ask that we enter into the covenant with the Ghana we all love and the good people of our country who make up this dear nation. And I ask that you envision a Ghana that you want to live in, a Ghana that you want to leave behind to your children and your grandchildren. What can you do to help build that better Ghana that we all strive for? What behaviors, what attitudes and mindsets can we reset? We need a reset, and we have faith in Ghana's ability to overcome, excel, and be so successful with this reset that it will be difficult to imagine a time when that was not the case. As we stand at this momentous crossroads in our nation's history, I am honored and humbled to accept the mantle of the President of the Republic of Ghana. Today we celebrate a new administration and herald an unprecedented era of opportunity and transformation. With Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman by my side, we are poised to embark on a journey of progress and inclusivity, united in our vision for a more prosperous Ghana. This day is particularly special for us and for every Ghanaian who dreams of a society where barriers are shattered and ambitions are realized. With the inauguration of Ghana's first female vice president, we have turned a significant page in our history. Nana Jane's ascension to the high office is not merely a personal triumph. It symbolizes our collective commitment to fostering a nation where gender equality and female representation are cherished and amplified. This is a powerful testament to the power of diverse voices to shape the future, voices that have the courage to soar beyond our traditional confines. My brothers and sisters, together as we look to the horizon, we reaffirm our dedication to breaking the glass ceiling that has long hindered many from reaching their full potential. Governance that reflects all segments of our population strengthens our democracy and enriches our conversation. We stand committed to enacting policies that empower women and ensure that the door of opportunity is opened wide for our youth and our women, regardless of their background. Together, we'll galvanize our efforts to create a society where every Ghanaian can dream, believe, and achieve without any restraints. Remember that great leadership is not defined merely by the offices we occupy, but by the legacy that we leave for future generations. My administration, along with my Vice President, Nana Opukwa-Agyeman, will prioritize inclusivity, accountability, and innovation, forging pathways that will lead to the upliftment of all of our citizens. I'm profoundly grateful for this moment, a cornerstone in our journey towards a brighter future for Ghana. In this resounding victory, I see a clarion call, particularly from the youth of Ghana, a generation that is brimming with potential and dreams that are waiting to be realized. This moment is a powerful affirmation that your voices matter, that your aspirations are valid, and that your future must be our priority. We're committed to translating your hopes into action and creating opportunities for education, entrepreneurship, employment, and empowerment. Our policies will be tailored to sustain innovation and foster industry that engages today's young minds and equip them with the skills needed for tomorrow's challenges. Together with the private sector and captains of business, we will create decent and well-paying jobs. As we embark on this new chapter, I assure you that our decisions will champion diversity in all facets of governance, ensuring that every Ghanaian, regardless of your ethnicity, your gender, your age, your religion, or any background, will have the opportunity to contribute to our nation's story. Ghana's youth represent the heartbeat of our democracy. Their ambition will drive our policies as we strive to create an inclusive, equitable society where everyone has a seat at the table. Our vision hinges on the introduction and implementation of a 24-hour economy. We envisage an innovative and vibrant 24-hour Ghanaian economy, which will also be anchored in agriculture and agribusiness. This innovative approach would unlock potentials that have long remained dormant, enabling us to harness the energy and creativity of all our people. Just imagine a Ghana where our markets are alive and bustling at all hours of the day, with responsive public services accessible at all times, such that businesses can operate flexibly to meet the diverse demands that they are subjected to. And young people, including entrepreneurs, can find opportunities regardless of traditional institutions. The 24-hour economy model will also bolster job creation for the young people, stimulate local industry, and attract foreign investments, and allow us to build resilient communities and a sustainable future. This vision extends beyond mere economic transactions. It symbolizes empowerment, the empowerment of every Ghanaian to contribute to our national progress. My fellow citizens, this vision will allow us to embrace diversity, to cater to varied lifestyles and preferences, and foster a culture of inclusion, ensure that every citizen can enjoy the fruits of his hard work. To the business leaders and entrepreneurs, I invite you to support this new model and join me in shaping a business environment where creativity thrives and where the fruits of your investments contribute to the collective welfare of our nation. Your role in driving our economy forward cannot be overstated. Your innovation and dedication will be a backbone of our success story. And I pledge to you that we would look at the tax regime and rationalize them so that they are more transparent and fair. Members of the business community, I assure you, Ghana is open for business again. Let me thank you, Your Excellencies, my fellow presidents, for leaving what is a busy schedule behind and coming to join us at this ceremony. Your presence brings honor to this inaugural ceremony. And I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you and to our sister countries who have traveled from near and far to be with us today. Your presence is a testament to the strong bonds of friendship and cooperation that exist between our nations. And I promise you I will work to foster the partnerships that transcends our borders, and I'll work collectively with you towards regional stability, economic growth, and mutual respect between our nations. To my friends from across Africa and the world, I thank you and welcome you to Ghana. And in our local parlance, I say Akwaba to all of you. To my family and fellow citizens, my wife Lodina, I thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to our shared vision. This journey is not mine alone, it belongs to all of us. It belongs to each of you. Let today be the dawn of a new era of hope, an era of job creation, an era of accountability, an era of institutional strengthening and resilience, and an era of unparalleled potential for all Ghanaians. We will write the next chapter in Ghana's story, and it will be one of promise, transparency, and transformative progress. My fellow citizens, this is a patriotic call to action for all of us to participate in building a nation that lives up to its promise, where hope thrives and dreams become a reality. Together, let us cultivate a brighter future for our beloved Ghana, where unity, progress, and equality are not just ideals we aspire to, but are the very fabric of our nation. In closing, I invite you to partner with us on this journey. Together, we can create a brighter future for our beloved Ghana, where unity, progress, and equality are not simply goals we are aiming for, but are the cornerstone of our society. Let's work hand in hand to foster these values and strengthen our nation for everyone. My fellow citizens, our invited guests, I thank you very much. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you.
Honorable members, on your behalf, I convey the gratitude of the House to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, for his address. Your Excellency, the House is extremely grateful to you. Honorable members, may now we have the presence of our special guest of honor in the distinguished personality of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Republic of the Federal, I should say the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is my honor to now invite him to deliver his address. Your Excellency, you are welcome to do so now.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Ghana, Head of State and Government here present, Right Honorable Speaker and members of Parliament of Ghana, members of the diplomatic corps, eminent personalities here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is always good when a friend and brother can visit the home of a close neighbor to celebrate his success and progress with him. Today, we celebrate African democracy as Ghana and our beloved people mark the transition from one democratic government to another. This moment does not merely symbolize another milestone in the evolution of Ghanaians' democratic society. It further demonstrates that in West Africa, we are capable of democratic and productive endeavors. It is time that our continent critics stop forgetting the strides that Ghana, Nigeria, and others have made. We need not prove ourselves to them. We have nothing to prove to anyone except ourselves. We will lift our nations out of poverty and build strong and resilient economies for our people. Today, I am here not only as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but also as an African in resolute support of Ghana and our people. This moment is a source of pride and honor for Ghanaians, the entire continent, and its diaspora. The sun is out and the sky may be blue, but I see today a black star rising high in African sky. This black star shines over this nation, and its rays spread across this continent with a sense of shared history, hope, compassion, unity, devotion to our common welfare. While others may seek to demean Africa and keep brothers pitted against brothers, that shining star reminds us of who we are. Better yet, it reminds us of who we can be. That star reminds us always to strive and work together, bond together, even when we disagree. We must choose the path of peaceful dialogue. Never can we do harm to our brothers, nor can we permit any outsider to disrupt our bonds of brotherhood. The spirit of Ghana, the first Republic President, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, is here present today, lifting that star higher and higher. Just as Ghana draws inspiration and a well of strength from Kwame Nkrumah and many of his past leaders, Nigeria similarly draws inspiration from its founding fathers, who not only fought for our independence, but also cherished the close relationship between our two nations. May we always walk in the way and in the spirit of these enlightened leaders. Ghana is in harmony with that spirit, and President John Mahama inauguration today reflect that. Your new president is a man of patriotic vision and substance. He loves his nation and his people to the core. He believes that your nation has a mission and intend for you all to fulfill it. No one can ask more of a leader than that. President John Mahama and I share a deep friendship. My dear brother, I am here to walk with you. You know you can count on Nigeria's support at any given time.
you call on me. We are your brothers and sisters. We shall always be there for you. May your administration be a profound success and progress for you, Ghanaians, and the entire region. I am confident that new government under the leadership of President John Mahama will work with Nigeria to strengthen this powerful bond, leading to greater shared progress, prosperity for the people of our two nations. I have no doubt that your administration will bring about positive change and progress. Your accession to the power should also mark a new and invigorating momentum in pursuing sub-regional and integration and progress. With laser focus, we can tackle our people's most pressing problem of poverty, youth unemployment, instability, insurgency, and many other problems hampering our desired progress. May Ghana's democracy continue to grow stronger. May progress and prosperity be your portion. Let us all look forward to a future filled with hope, opportunity, and progress. God bless Ghana and its beloved people. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria and its beloved people. God bless ECOWAS. God bless our beloved Africa. I thank you for your kind attention. God bless you.
Honorable members, we are indeed inspired by the warm words of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I now have the honor to, on your behalf, invite the visiting heads of state and former presidents to congratulate the President of the Republic of Ghana. I have a real tall list It is my hope and prayer was elected in my kingdom.
These are special. We are special people. We have to.
As highlighted by the President and our special guest of honor, His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Now, what else? What is the next on the agenda? Because
very soon we will witness.
Honorable members, I will now, on your behalf, call the names of our distinguished dignitaries, the heads of states and presidents from various countries, to come to congratulate His Excellency the President of Ghana. And I will start with our special guests, the President, the Commander-in-Chief, and the Head of State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the person of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to lead in this whole exercise. Your Excellency, you may proceed to do so now. Immediately after him will be His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame.
Congratulations.
Then follows His Excellency the President of the Republic of Togo, His Excellency Faure Gnassingbé. After him comes His Excellency the President of Benin, the Republic of Benin, in the person of Patrice Talon.
The Vice President.
Bon Benin.
Merci beaucoup.
Félicitations.
Yeah. Then follows the President of Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow. After him, we have His Excellency Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, the President of the Federal Republic of Sierra Leone. Immediately follows His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Chilombo, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Excellent, my brother. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Thank you.
After His Excellency,
Thank you.
the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, we have His Excellency Umaru Sissoco Embalo, the President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. After him follows the President of the Republic of Cabo Verde, His Excellency Jose Maria Neves.
Hello, madam. Thank you very much. The Black Star.
After the President of Cabo Verde, we have His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, the rural boy, who is the President of the Republic of Kenya.
I went to his farm, beautiful farm.
Rural boy. The rural boy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Honorable members, after His Excellency William Ruto. This is the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai Sr. We also have His Excellency the President, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba. He is the President of the Republic of Namibia. Sorry. That is a she, not a he. Doctor, you may forgive me. After Her Excellency, the President of Namibia, is His Excellency Basiru Diamoye Faye, the President of the Republic of Senegal. We then have the President of the Republic of Chad, in the person of His Excellency Mahama Idris Deby Itno. After him, we have the President of the Republic of Botswana, His Excellency Duma Gideon Boku. After him comes the head of state of the strong people of Burkina Faso, His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore. Members, the full meaning of Burkina Faso means strong men and women of integrity. We have His Excellency Brigadier General Bryce Clotaire Oligui Nguema, the President of the Republic of Gabon. After him, we have His Excellency Mamadi Doumbouya, who is the President of Guinea-Conakry. And after him, We have the Prime Minister, Abdoulaye Maïga. He's the Prime Minister of Mali. We also have the Prime Minister of Niger in the person of Mr. Lamine Zain Ali Mahama, and the Prime Minister of Haiti, His Excellency Fritz Alphonse Jean.
I think Mali. Get it.
Prime Minister Mali, Niger, Prime Minister of Niger. After him is the Prime Minister of Haiti. Bonjour, ça va? Bienvenue. After that, we have the Vice President of Equatorial Guinea, in the person of His Excellency Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo. Then follows the Vice President of Uganda, in the person of Jessica Rose Epel Alupo. We have the Vice President of the Republic of Tanzania, His Excellency Dr. Philip Isdor Mpango. Yes. That is rather the Vice President of Tanzania. We also have with us the Vice President of La Côte d'Ivoire.
Greetings from President Museveni.
The person of Chemoko Meiliet Kone. Tanzanite.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's my sister? She's fine. She sent Sarida. No.
La Côte d'Ivoire. After His Excellency the Vice President of La Côte d'Ivoire, we have the Vice President of Mauritania, His Excellency Mohamed Adihali Khatra.
Congratulations. My father and I. Congratulations.
The Vice President of Mauritania,
How are you? Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
we now have the Speaker of Parliament of the Kingdom of Morocco, His Excellency Rashid Talbi Alami. After him is the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo. Together with his younger brother, the former President of Nigeria, His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
Speaker.
Morocco.
I'm Speaker of Morocco.
Yes.
I hope to see you.
Yes. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, fantastic. Wonderful. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
After His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan,
Congratulations. My brother.
we have the former President of Liberia, in the person of His Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. After her, we have the former President of the Federal Republic of South Africa, in the person of His Excellency Jacob Zuma. After the former President of South Africa, we have the former President of Germany, His Excellency Christian Wolff. After Germany, follows the foreign minister of the European Union, Belgium, European Affairs, Foreign Trade, and the Funeral Culture Institute. His Excellency Bernard Quentin. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Good to see you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
After the foreign minister of EU, we have the senior minister, His Excellency Jean-Jacques Broya of Congo, Brazzaville.
Well done, well done. All the best for your administration.
After Congo, Brazzaville, we have the Minister for Africa, the United Nations, the Commonwealth and Human Rights of United Kingdom.
Speaker?
Yes. In the person of Lord Collins of Highbury.
Congratulations.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have to start working.
After him comes the Minister for Defense of Zimbabwe, Honorable Opa Michinguri Kashiri.
At the International Conference Center. From here, I'm going to. Jean-Jacques.
President Baumia.
So nice to see you. Look at you. Good to see 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 you.
Congratulations on your recollection.
Being a wonderful ambassador. We're all proud of her. I thought you would stay longer. Thank you. All right. So we start work tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
We also have the Minister for Housing, Lands and Maintenance of Barbados, Honorable Dwight Sutherland, Member of Parliament.
Yes. You got the invitation at the place. I understand. Yes. Thank you. All the best. Give my brother my regards. Yeah. Yes. Tell him I'm coming. Okay. Are we done? Thank you. Which one is this?
Greetings from Prime Minister Mayor Amomoni.
Barbados.
Greetings from Prime Minister.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's quite long. I have to cut protocol and go to invite the former Vice President of our great Republic of Ghana, in the person of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoudou Baumia,
Chairman of Council of Elders, and the General Secretary. It's a long list.
Honorable members, once again, the list is very, very long. I will now invite the President of the ECOWAS Commission, in the person of His Excellency Dr. Omar Eliu Toure. We have so many special envoys and ministers from Czech, Israel, Spain, China, Japan, Russia. We have the mayor of Los Angeles, United States. And please, you are all invited to follow in this order, the order I just mentioned. Thank you. Czech, Israel, Spain, China, Japan, Russia, Mayor of Los Angeles, Deputy General Secretary of the United Nations, Ms. Amina Mohammed, Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Right Honorable Patricia Scotland, the African Union Commission Chairperson, Special Envoy, His Excellency Wamikele, and we have the Honorary Consul General for Nigeria and Ghana of Belize, Dr. Ifeanyiku Ifede.
Congratulations, Speaker, starting the meeting.
We have the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, the Secretary General of Climate Vulnerable Forum, Pan-African Parliament, the President himself, His Excellency Chief Fortune Zephania Charbura. We have the African Development Bank. The President of the African Development Bank is here himself. We have the Vice President of the World Bank in charge of Western and Central Africa. Then the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, the President and Chairman of the Board of Directors, our own Dr. George Ajekum Donko. We have the United Bank for Africa, Chairman of the group, Mr. Tony Elumelu, and we have the Ambassador of Bahamas, Yes. We have the President of the Secretary General of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel, Mr. Leonardo Santos Simao, and the Deputy National Secretary Advisor to Sheikh Khalid bin Ali Al Khalifa of Bahrain. And then the Executive Director of Africa Development Bank Group, and we have the Vice President for Africa International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, Usman Diagana.
For a higher calling. You don't have a
After all this, I will invite the former speakers of our parliament. They may come congratulate His Excellency the President. I am compelled by the situation, not only time constraints, but the exhaustion of all gathered here, to invite the Chairman of the Council of Elders of the Great Evergreen National Democratic Congress, who could at his pleasure come with some of the executives of the party to congratulate His Excellency the President. And we will crown it all with the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Her Excellency Lordina Mahama.
How's it going?
You're still watching our live coverage of the investiture of John Dramani Mahama. He has been sworn in. He is the new president of the Republic of Ghana. Ghana also now has its very first female vice president, and you can tell from the adoration among the audiences there when they cheered for both the vice president and the president of the Republic of Ghana. Listen, well, just gone by also are the dignitaries, the invited guests, and the presidents, the heads of states, and the vice presidents from across the divide on the continent, across the oceans, in other continents, coming into the country for this very important event. That procedure or that process is still ongoing, as you can see on your screens. The dignitaries are still congratulating the vice president and exchanging pleasantries, really, with the vice president, the speaker, and the president, John Dramani Mahama. Listen, let me talk to my guests quickly on what they have seen so far. If you're just joining us, I have in studio with me Professor Alidu Seidu. He's head of the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana. Political analyst, Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere, and historian Kweku Dako Ankra. They are all here with me in the studio. I'll start with you, Kweku. What we've seen so far, your thoughts?
For me, I will go to the aesthetics and the ritual performances around the inauguration itself. First and foremost, if you look at the dressing of the president that has been inaugurated, you could see he's wearing white, and then also the fashion design itself is of northern origin. And then you could see that in the northern part of our West African Northern Territory, these are the kind of dressing they have. And it shows you the Mende origins of that dressing, which the Gunja people themselves also have that sort of historical origins from that area, as well as the Aborigines within that community. And white in African society signifies victory, purity, as well as reborn or new birth. And so today looks like Ghana, we are having our reborn. Things are going to become new. It is also a victorious day because we had a successful election and we are looking into the future for better things to happen. So in all, everything is okay that we have that in form. So I see that dressing as a unifying apparel that represents the North and the South.
Because of the kente and the style. Because of the kente embroidery
within it. And for me, that is really, really excellent choice of dress that signifies that sort of unity. Because in the past, we see an Akan wearing the Akan dresses, where that's necessarily some element of other regions. But for this, we see both the North and the South. And for me, that is a creative piece of apparel that needs to be really respected.
Indeed. And when you compare to 2012, in 2012 it was all white.
Yeah.
The Agbada was all white.
Yep.
But this time he's introduced the kente element. I'd like to believe that it was intentional.
Yes, that is why I'm saying that it's a reborn. And when you are reborn, you go back to change. For reborn within African society, you're talking also about reincarnation, because when people go back and then when they are born and they die in that cyclical form, you go, before you could be an ancestor, it means you must lead certain sort of life before you are allowed to return. If you are a bad person that died, even the way we pour libation, we throw small, then we say, but if you are somebody who died a good death, you return, and when you are reborn, all the wrong things of the past, all your mistakes, it is assumed that you have returned quite matured. And so we see a new transformational Mahama who is poised, and as some of his speeches that we have listened, is anything to go by. It means he is making a new path, and then to do away with the past mistakes and then correct the nation for a better future.
Indeed, we'll get into the speech itself proper, but let's look at the aesthetics and how we feel about the event first. Doc, you're next on that. Doc, you seem to have a lot to say. It's like you want to swallow saliva before you talk.
I'll start by saying that the program has been quite colorful.
Yeah.
It's been orderly. I mean, this is a flamboyant rendition of a program that has been well thought out, well organized by the state protocol. And this is a feather in the cap of the transitional team, the subcommittee within that. And I believe that this is testament to the fact that when we allow state institutions to function, we will get there. And you could see that particular idea, you know, having expression in President Mahama's, you know, speech. And that for me is something that is, it is just beyond description. The orderliness, it is not easy to have such a program well organized without glitches. It is very difficult. You need to have a master planner behind the scenes and those before the scenes. And then, I mean, in between, you need to have people like that will be prompting, do ABC. And so you could see that, I mean, the orderliness has just given me goose pimples. And I think that as Ghanaians, we should be proud that we should be able to, we have been able to do something of that sort. I mean, imagine the number of dignitaries that have, you know, graced this particular occasion. Talking about 21 heads of state.
At this point, perhaps even more.
It could even be more. I mean, the vice president, you know, those with ambassadorial titles, even former presidents, chancellors, and so on and so forth. My goodness, this patronage is very huge. I've never seen that in the Fourth Republic.
I mean, what signal is that sending to you?
High expectation. That in itself is a challenge for Mr. Mahama. From today going, it's a challenge for him. It also tells me that it appears people have not been happy with the way and manner President Akufo-Addo ran the affairs of this country. And you cannot only look at the other side, like because you have such a huge patronage, it means that he alone, for example, Mr. Mahama, you know, represent ABC and D. I think that to have such a patronage is a message to the president, the former president, so to speak, or immediate past president, so to speak, that, look, the very moment you begin to run the affairs of your country, you are writing your testimonial. And that will follow you. Because the likes of Sophocles will tell you that call no man happy until the day that he enters his grave in peace. And that in the local parlance, they will tell you that because Mr. Mahama talks about legacy as epitome of leadership. Legacy as epitome of leadership. And so if you don't leave a good legacy, which is the ending, then obviously everything that you might have done that was good, you know, will whittle away.
Very well.
You see, it will whittle away.
I'm going to come back to you, but Prof, your initial reactions to how the event has gone so far, you see the dignitaries who came in and those who are still there, and how Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso received such cheers from the crowd gathered there. It wasn't something I expected or imagined would happen on our souls. But your thoughts?
Okay, thank you. So I will rate an event like this based on 3 benchmarks. One has to do with the swearing of the oath that affirms the president-elect as the chief executive officer, both the president-elect and then the vice president-elect. It went smoothly without hitches, well done, well portrayed and executed. The second level is the pomp and the pageantry and all the aesthetics, fantastic. It was nationalistic. If you look at the color display, it's about the colors of the country. There is no party colors. Yes, you can talk about the supporters who are outside of the core VIP zone, but it is more nationalistic. The design was fantastic. The president's dress. It gave us an opportunity to portray our cultural heritage as a country that was beautifully done. But also you are looking at the level of international representation and all those things. So the second one has to do with the beauty. And then the third one has to do with the policy statement. You say we look at it individually. Yes. But the president actually gave us what? the first policy statement of his government. And if you look at the number of people who have attended, it speaks to the foreign policy of good neighborliness, which is a foundational, a cornerstone of our, dating back to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The Ghana became the heartbeat of the Pan-Africanist struggle. You had almost everybody coming here, got trained and got inspired to be able to fight for freedom. And you've seen it. Though he has been a former president before, but not all former presidents can still maintain good relation with their other counterparts if you weren't a very good person. So his ability to attract all these people to this particular event speaks of the kind of leader he is, but also the kind of foreign policy he is going to execute moving forward. And came up very clearly in his statement that not only the sub-regional, the safety and security of the sub-region is of critical importance to him, but also building good neighborliness. Our neighbors are our friends, they are our brothers, irrespective of the colonial borders that have separated us. We are still the same people, and we need to maintain it. And you have seen it beautifully executed in the kind of house, in the kind of brotherliness that was going there. It shows that we Africans, we are one people, and our destiny is in our own hands. So I think
to come and give an indication as to where we proceed to from here. Please. The majority and the minority leaders.
Right Honorable Speaker, we have exhausted the business on today's order paper. In view of that, I move that this House adjourn to tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the forenoon.
Mr. Speaker, it is the desire of the minority that this House be suspended so we continue to do business in fulfillment of the 24-hour economy. However, if the majority leader so pleases, I shall second his motion for adjournment. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, in view of what your leaders have said, adjourn the House to tomorrow, Wednesday, the 8th of January 2025 at 12 noon. The sitting is accordingly adjourned. That's what they put there.
We can't have a full guard of honor without the colors, and on this occasion we'll have the national colors, and that is the flag of Ghana. That is the colors. When we say colors, is basically flag, and that will be on parade. So very shortly we shall see the full complements, and then we'll see how beautifully it will be executed.
Yeah.
And as mentioned, there shall be the playing of the national anthem, which will be followed with 21 gun salute. The 21 gun salute is the highest level of honor in ceremonial salutes, and this surpasses all other salutes with fewer rounds.
So how would the 21 gun salute
So the 21 gun salute,
is it from the sea, or because it has happened from the sea before with the Ghana Navy doing their thing?
on this occasion it will be fired not too far away from the sea, and that will also be done by the Ghana Navy.
Right. Why the Ghana Navy?
So it depends on the duty service that has been selected to perform.
So
as I mentioned, we have Ghana Air Force.
The military can also do the same thing.
Yes, we can have the Ghana Navy, the Ghana Army, and that's the 6th Artillery Regiment. They have done that in the past.
Okay.
So it can fall on any of the services to undertake that task. So right now we can see in our screen the procession by the Right Honorable Speaker. And behind him is the Vice President and the President. They are moving towards the area where we'll have the full guard of honor. And as mentioned earlier, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will inspect his first guard of honor as the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. So we are now having the procession towards the area where the full guard of honor will take place. You have in your screen there the ceremonial agencies also escorted.
Ladies and gentlemen, officials of Parliament, the Vice President and the President of the Republic of Ghana are recessing from the chamber. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will now inspect his first guard of honor as the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces and the 9th Parliament President of the 4th Republic of Ghana. May I respectfully request all invited guests to please be seated as the President moves to inspect the guard of honor. Will be accompanied by the Vice President, the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, and his ceremonial aide-de-camp to the saluting days. The ceremonial aide-de-camp for the ceremony is the Chief of the Defense Staff, General Thomas Opompepra, and the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufundampari.
Honor is a military ceremony performed on special occasions to convey respect, dignity, and solemnity. A guard of honor is a formal gesture offered to dignitaries such as heads of state, government,
distinguished guests, the guard of honor is under the command of Lieutenant Ghana Navy Kenneth Opoku. The second in command is Sub-Lieutenant Harrison Na. The color ensign is Sub-Lieutenant Richard Abuaji Sapon. The conducting warrant officer is Chief Petty Officer Class 2 Kwa Richard. The color escorts are Petty Officer Class 2 Amure Koko Daniel and Petty Officer Class 2 Owusu Emmanuel.
Staff General Thomas Opompepra.
Shall we please be upstanding for the national anthem and the 21 gun salute as mentioned earlier. for the inspection of the parade.
Presidential inauguration ceremony, guard of honor conduct. Guard mounted by the Ghana Navy. 96 rank and file with the Ghana Navy regimental band in attendance, ready for inspection. Lieutenant Ghana Navy, Kenneth Opoku, report Your Excellency. Aye, Your Excellency.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we have the Navy Regimental Band on parade. It's under the command of Staff Lieutenant Doris Iboni.
May I have your permission to march off the guard? Aye, Your Excellency.
Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the inauguration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces and the Vice President, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's all remain seated as the President takes leave of us. Shall we please be upstanding for the national anthem? All uniformed personnel are entreated to salute.
And that will be a challenge. But I hope with the two deputies that I have, I'll have some briefing space to rely on them in my absence.
Thank you so much, sir, and congratulations.
It's a pleasure, sir. It's a pleasure.
So that is the Right Honourable Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, Right Honourable Alban Sumana Bagbin, talking to me right there. Na enika etino seseya meno ekaseno Ghana.
After the president, the vice president will also leave, followed by the Speaker of Parliament and the Chief Justice, her ladyship. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, our heads of state and dignitaries will depart in order as they came in. to be the president of Nigeria, followed by Benin, Burkina Faso.
And that's that. Ghana has a new president and a first female vice president. What you're just seeing on your screens at the moment, alongside me, is a departure process led by the president, the vice president, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, who you just heard in that rather brief conversation with our Captain Smart. Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, will depart thereafter. So you can see number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 4 people depart in that order. Then we also have the guest heads of states departing. The former presidents also take suit. Members of the diplomatic corps will then leave. The honorable members of parliament will also leave the grounds, and other distinguished guests will also depart. Then the general public, we expect that the president will then host the dignitaries who have come here in his honor. But that's it. The event is over. It is finished, just like the EC chairperson said. Ghana has a new president. It's signed, it's sealed, and we've been delivered John Dramani Mahama. But I'll bring the conversation down here to my guest. As we have seen the 21-gun salutes, we saw his very first inspection of the Guard of Honor. Kweku, I'm coming to you with that one. Is there a historic context for the 21-gun salute?
Yeah, normally from the African society, from our Kan society, there was a concept of where the army, so when they are going someplace, you have that 21-gun salute, and you call them the 21-gun salute bearers. And Ashanti army have it, and it's become a foundation for some of the Akan military tactics. So those people normally guide the king in the war, and then they protect the king. So they perform these shots whenever they have to charge into the battlefield. So that is the historical context from the Ghanaian society.
I see. And you know, we talked about his costume earlier. My understanding is what we saw as one single design in the middle of the outfit is actually 4 Edinkra symbols. There is the Nyamidua, which is God's tree or altar of God's presence and protection. Good. And then there is the Jinyame, the omnipotence and supremacy of God. Sankofa, going back for the past, and then Sankofa.
How many?
4 of them.
Read the last one.
And then the last one is Jenny Ming, the ram's horn. How do you say that in Chi? Yes. The ram's horn. Yeah. And so when you put all of this 4 together, symbolic, right?
Yeah, symbolic, because we say it is only the ram that really urinates in its center. So urinating in its center, when you push it, when it comes to push, you know the way the rams fight, they lock on, so you can't